Yeah. Call me Casper, I go bullshit her homeless motherfucker with nobody, I'm a home. Yeah, I'm riding dirty down another dirty road. Someone pray that I do not get caught up by the poo-poo. Yeah, I got my issues with them, out without them.
All right.
All I got is pride, I cannot die
We're back at it.
Back again with the White Vans. How you guys doing? Aaron the Rapper,
Dysfunctional.
and this is the Come Up Podcast,
Facts.
episode dos, or 2 if you live in America.
Numero uno plus one.
Yeah, that too. How have you guys been? How have you been, Austin?
You know, I've been decent. Doing some side projects at the moment. How about you?
Oh, I've been good. I've been good. Just doing my my daily work and then all my side projects as well. Just making sure all that gets done and we're getting all locked away. I know we were talking about a little bit about that earlier, about what we got going on.
Yeah, actually, yeah. There's a couple of things we have in stored possibly for the future and to help out the community and shit. So we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, we are giving you guys the cheat codes. We are here. It's up, down, left, right, A, B, Y.
Which ones be a select start?
That's infinite lives.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
we'll work on that.
Yeah.
All right. All right, guys. So I think the first topic we're going to move on to for today is kind of what we were dealing with a little bit in last week's episode with the collaboration. I actually really wanted to talk about you and Nico. You guys had a big collaborative trip down to Texas for the Grind Mode City Cypher, right?
Yeah. No,
You want to tell us and the audience about that a little
dude,
bit?
most definitely. First off, shout out Nico of War Music. Appreciate everything he's helped with so far. It's actually thanks to him that I was able to go down there and benefit TCU and some things that we're going to be doing here in the future and actually working on right now. He had hit me up asking if I wanted to go to Dallas with him because he was part of the Grind Mode Cypher. For those of you who don't know what Grind Mode is, it's a underground collective of artists who also go out of their way to promote other underground artists, kind of like we do, but allowing them to perform on stage as a collective in a cypher.
And these are artists from all over the country, might I add.
Oh.
There's artists from every state.
I actually just recently found out it wasn't even just within the country itself. It's even branched out further than the country.
Nice.
Yeah, so that actually blew me away. I think I found that out a few days ago, actually. Yeah, so we had gone out there. He had got an invitation to perform on Grind Mode Cypher, and so we had gone out there. First night we just slept. Second day we got up, did our thing, walked around, just getting a feel for Dallas.
Right.
And then we had gone out to the Grind Mode. Well, originally it was supposed to be outside, but there was possible storms and stuff, so we had moved it inside to a nightclub. Wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful. The scenery, the whole vibe, it was just a really nostalgic hip-hop feel to it. And I was thankfully blessed to find all these other artists. I can't remember the names off the top of my head, but the one thing I do remember, it was hysterical. So here I am, getting ready to go get Nico because everyone has to be on stage to perform. And I go outside, and there's this 7'3", I'm guessing, easily over 7 foot, 7'3" probably. And he's in a jumpsuit, ginger with like somewhat long hair, not like Aaron the Crackers, but it was pretty long. And he had an Eskimo hat on. We're in Dallas. It's like 80 degrees out. I open the door, see a jumpsuit, look up, see his face. I didn't know how to react. I was like, he walks by, I'm like, that guy.
So, just let me add that you told me this story a little while ago.
Yes.
In the meantime, since you told me that story, I watched a video of this guy.
Yes.
So, and I seen him in the signature jumpsuit he was wearing for this
Yes.
performance. And might I add, just what a sight to see, huh?
Oh, dude. I'm not even joking. Like, so my first thoughts besides, what the hell, when I seen this guy, was, I think this is the type of dude who's going to be on stage he's gonna push the crowd out of his way with a machete in his hand and start rapping about some murderous shit.
Slim Shady vibes.
Yeah, pretty much. And honestly, I wasn't necessarily wrong. He did kind of like push the crowd out of the way as he got up there and started rapping. He rips his Eskimo hat off, throws it at the cameraman as he's rapping. Like, it was raw, and he had some like dark stuff. I don't know if you guys know Oliver Twist, but it gave me very much of an Oliver Twist vibe.
In that same vein of music, huh?
Yes, it was crazy. Like, everyone behind him was speechless for a minute, and I'm over here like, yeah, let's go. Like, I wasn't that wrong. Like, it was crazy. But yeah. So during all that was like my first major memory from Grind Mode. But I met up with Lingo. He is the founder of Grind Mode. Everyone else is an affiliate. I had asked the people who were within Grind Mode and everything. They do major things, at least in my opinion. They have had Chris Webby on there. They've had Blind Fury on there. They've had guaranteed other artists. I just can't think of them off the dome at the moment. But it was very humbling being able to talk to these artists and find out about them. There's also, I think he goes by Nico28 at this moment. Sorry if I got that wrong. But he's out by Bolingbroke Joliet area. And he had actually gone out to Dallas and was in the Grind Mode too. He was in the same cypher as Nico of War Music. So we're all in the back just hyping him up and stuff. And Nico of War Music comes up on stage. He's the final verse on the final cypher. So needless to say, it went out with a bang. And we're up here gassing him up and everything. And the rest of the crowd, like behind us, just started pushing us out of the way. It just started hyping him up. So like, this video, once it's released, is going to be crazy. Thanks to Nico allowing me to go out there with him, I was able to interview all these artists and get a feel for them, get new connects, branch out, and build new bonds and relationships. And currently I'll be working on this Grind Mode Cypher Special Edition magazine, and Aaron's obviously going to be helping.
Oh yeah, I'll be there helping out. Now, with those connects that you made in Texas, we'll obviously be, at some point, have them video in, have a conference with them so we're able to interview them for the podcast, and we'll just be able to get a feel for some artists outside of the 815. I know the Great 15 is what we rep. That's our collective, and
right,
how we've been going about things. So 1 out of 10, your trip.
Overall, there are some things I won't mention at the moment, maybe later on in a different episode. But honestly, it was eventful. It was game changing for me, at least. I'd give it a 10. I wouldn't have changed anything that we had done out there at all. And actually, there was a what was it I told you? An Ethiopian restaurant, I believe.
Oh yeah, an Ethiopian.
Yeah, so
Ethiopian food restaurant.
Yes, like we go out there expecting to have like steak or tacos or just like some Hispanic food and really enjoy it all. No, we go out there, we get done with the Grind Mode. I get outside, Nico's nowhere to be found. I'm like, where'd he go? I look at my phone, and I had missed calls. I was like, fuck. Call him. He's like, yeah, bro, I'm at this Ethiopian restaurant. I was like, Ethiopians have food? I was like, what? He's like, yeah. He's like, walk out to the main road, look over, I see a giant ass waving. Go out there. The food was amazing. Their traditional, I think you could call it a bread. That was different. I wasn't expecting that. You just use it like best I can say is like a napkin, picking up like something off the ground, but you're picking it
like
off
a doggy bag, and you're picking up some shit.
Yeah, pretty much. And needless to say, that's pretty much the vibes we got off it. But yeah, you just pick up your food off the plate with that and toss it all in your mouth. It was different. It was good though. Yeah, 10 out of 10 for sure.
Good. I can't wait till we were able to have Nico on here and kind of get his perspective on the trip.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure he's got a little bit different view just because Nico's a
Definitely.
little different in himself. You know?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No, that's super dope. So with the grind mode city ciphers and whatnot, obviously like Nico will get tons of promotion through that, and that'll generate some buzz for him. Something that I'd like to bring up, just in that vein, is owning your art.
Yes.
And that being an art in itself. I think it's really important as artists to make those connects and make sure that we're pushing ourselves. But when you're doing that, you also want to make sure you're being, compensated for everything that you're doing.
100%.
Because people are there for you too,
Yeah. Wow. Just threw a blank on what I was gonna say. that was wonderful.
Oh, no worries.
Just a whole
Something-
loading screen.
Something that I'd like to share with artists, that local artists may not know, but something that I've thought about a lot and I've taken into account myself is, just exactly what I said before, owning your art. I think if you are an artist and you're making songs and you're purchasing beats, you want to make sure that when you're uploading those songs, if the person has to be credited, or if you got it for free and they ask to be credited, you want to make sure they're doing those things because they want to own that art.
Definitely.
And the same goes with like the videos and stuff. When you have someone film a music video for you, or you film a music video, you want to make sure that the artist who is doing the work is paid as well as you for the work you did.
Right. Yeah.
So if a song goes up, a video goes up somewhere, you want to make sure that you're being compensated on the back end, especially like if it's a song that's not uploaded to your page specifically.
Exactly.
Because you bought that beat, say, you wrote those lyrics,
Mm-hmm.
you paid to have someone shoot the video, but say the videographer uploads it to their channel, they don't give you a copy, which I believe is wrong in myself. I think
yes.
the artist should have a copy of whatever they do,
100%
especially
agree.
if they paid for it. Because if the person who shot the video just uploads it to their channel, all
Mhm.
that traffic is going to their channel, which is great for them.
Exactly.
But they're able to monetize that video now, run ads on that video, and collect revenue from that video
Mm-hmm.
that they shot and edited a music video for, which is great, and for sure showcase your work on your platform.
Exactly.
But you want to make sure as the artist you have a copy, you're able to do the same thing, and you want to make sure you're making a certain percentage off of their video. Yeah, you're getting promotion for it, you're getting some more views, maybe some more clicks headed your way,
Right.
but you should be paid for that material as well.
See, and I'm glad you brought that up because I was actually talking to a local artist about that myself. He was talking about how pretty much what you were just saying, that he felt he was bringing more revenue to a page that was not his and more subscribers because these people who were listening and watching the music video were assuming that was his page and like he might have been just filming someone else and uploading it, as opposed to what I personally think you should be doing, and that would be getting the music video shot. Like you said, you paid for it, you did the music, you bought the beat. Well, more than likely you had bought the beat.
Right.
You wrote the lyrics, everything. The only thing you did not do was edit the video. With that being said, I feel that the music video should be uploaded to the artist's personal page. That way he or she can promote that video from their page, get those subscribers, get those followers, get those views, and get revenue throughout it that way, as opposed to putting it on someone else's page and letting them get all the benefits from it when that person had already gotten money from you for the video.
Right, and it's a collaborative effort. Like I said before, if they want to post a copy of the video on their page to generate some plays on their stuff, bring some more clicks their way. That's great. As artists, we have to work together to get this done.
Right, 100%.
If you try doing it by yourself, it will not work.
No, not at all.
It's not going to work if you try it by yourself. Cheat code number 1: do not go the road alone.
Indeed, and that's part of the reason TCU has been brought about. We want to be able to give the spotlight to artists who feel that they only have one route, and that's by themselves. We're here to let others know they're not by themselves. We're here to help if need be.
Right. Correct. So going along with that and just the owning things, I don't think, just to bounce off of something that you had said in that tangent, if you don't own a beat, like you didn't pay for the beat, and say even if you just got it for free, I do not think you should shoot a video on that beat.
No.
Not a smart idea. Someone's gonna claim the beat, claim the song is theirs, and they'll make all the money while you get maybe a comment saying, "Hey, you did good," And ownership comes with a lot of different things. I know, for myself as an artist, I pretty much produce most of my stuff, and if I don't produce it, it comes from my brother-in-law Spencer,
right,
who is my producer as an artist. That's,
yeah, of course,
that's what he does. He's made beats for me all the time, and I'll come back and I'll mix them and maybe even change some of the arrangements here and there just to let it fit my style and my cadence or the flow of the song better. But I own that stuff, and Spencer gets a cut of whatever we put out and is released to DSPs, whether it's Apple Music, Spotify, whatever. Same with features I do. I usually don't ask for anything up front. It's just, hey, if you're gonna put this out on streaming platforms, I'd like to make a certain cut of the revenue, depending on how much work I did. If I just wrote a verse and recorded a verse, I'm not gonna ask for much. But if I had to go through and I had to mix my vocals, or you even sent me some of your files to mix down, the price is gonna go up. So on my side of things, that's how I really take care of the ownership. That, and I mean, I bought stage lighting and the green screen and all that stuff, so we're able to own all of our content.
Right.
TCU owns everything. This is
from
all
scratch.
Organically, no one's putting us on, no one's producing this and slipping money in our pockets. This is, man-to-man operation.
Facts. And I want to touch on the artistry from a different perspective, because it's not necessarily music you have to deal with when it comes to cuts and stuff. It can be graphic designing, it can be merchandise collabs, whatever it is. You can take a certain cut. I know there have been artists who have hit me up about the graphic designs I've done, and yes, they've paid for the graphic design, but they were actually appreciative of it and everything. They didn't have to do what they had hit me up about, but they were talking about allowing me to get a certain cut of all the merchandise sold with the graphic designs within it. So depending on how much work you put into it and everything, how much they had you do of it all, even if they had you make the clothing itself, then that's dependent on how much you want to take of a percentile out of that cut.
Right, and I mean that all comes with artistry. And I know as an artist yourself, you pay for a lot of beats, and you're messaging producers and finding different producers to work with, and you definitely
Indeed.
have a slew of friends that we have who produce and work on production for you that you buy from. But that's what we talked about. You buy those beats. You're owning those beats. You paid for the work. It's yours now. And I'm sure if those artists wanted, produced by so and so at the end.
Of course, and that's actually what I've been doing for Ethereal. Ethereal has been helping me with a lot of my tracks, whether it be the mixing, mastering, the production, or just giving me beats and I buy them off them. They have been very top tier, like appreciative of everything he's been helping me with. And so I show him as much love as I can back. It's not trying to be greedy and trying to take someone's hard work away for free. You gotta show love and pay what's worth.
Yeah, it's got to be reciprocated. You know, if you're getting love and receiving love, you also want to be giving love and sending love. And I mean, the same goes in all aspects. You know, if someone's hitting you up for stuff all the time, don't be afraid to message them back, man. Hey, man, you mind hitting me with a verse or something? Like,
so I don't know what it was that you had just said that made this click, but I did have an artist hit me up talking about we should collab on a track, and I was like, all right, yeah, that sounds wonderful, let's go for it. And I was like, hey, do you mind if we go to the engineer that you go to? I really like your sound, I just want to see what he's about and see what the product turns out to be, because
trying to make new connects.
Exactly, and that's what it's about. But at the end of the day, it all seemed good. We had picked the beat after hours of tossing back and forth. We finally settled on one, and he was writing his verse, I wrote my verse, and he's like, hey, we should link up and try working on the hook together, see what we come up with. That way, if we're doing one where we bounce back and forth in the hook, or if we like one as opposed to the other, we can do that. I was like, wonderful, sounds great, let's set a date. We set a date. That date's coming along, and I got a message from him. He's like, oh, by the way, I charge. And I was like, all right, yeah, no, cool, I get that. Like, you're trying to hustle, it's your art, I get that, cool. I was expecting like maybe 10, 15 bucks. The max I pay is 20. Reason I'm saying that is he has nothing backing his artistry up. He has no accomplishments or anything.
No catalog.
Exactly. And he is just a very local underground artist. He hasn't done feats like Cody, Marty, Nico.
Any of us?
Yeah, right, exactly. And he had shot back $100, and I'm like, whoa, like, not even like our top tiers out here charging that I'm aware of. It's like, I don't know about that much. And yeah, needless to say, I cut that off because we were talking about going 50-50 on studio time out there. It's like, I would have been willing to pay 100% of the studio time just for the experience and the connect. But knowing that I was going to pay 50% for the studio and him $100, knowing he hasn't done anything and this won't benefit me except for having a song with someone that I appreciated the artistry of.
Right, and he's just trying to get his money back for the studio time. That's all that was.
Right, yeah, literally. Oh God, yeah. Don't be that type of person. It's not gonna leave a good outlook for you within the community.
No, like I said, as an artist, you know, if you feel that you have made some strides and you have those accomplishments, then by all means, but don't be surprised when somebody's like, does not think that of you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, as an artist, like I said, I won't ask for any money up front. It's not like if you wanted a verse, I'm gonna be like, yo, $20, man.
Right.
Like I said, if you plan to put that on streaming services and DSPs where you know you're gonna be making profit, just cut me in on the profit, man. You don't even have to worry about that. You just assign me a number, we agree on a number, you punch that number into the website, and then it sends it straight to an account that collects that money for me. It's asinine that somebody with no accomplishments, not a foot in the game, not a lick to their name,
right,
would ask you to pay them $100.
Yeah, and it's like it.
And you know who you are if you're listening to this.
Of
like
course.
That's dirty, man. Absolutely dirty. Like, don't be shell shocked when you hear this.
Yeah, and like it, like I won't mention artist name, but the artist name was like already tarnished due to the fact, like I said, he had no accomplishments, yet he went to a top tier artist and tried dissing them. You listen to the diss track, and it had like maybe one mention of the person, and it was more of a clout chase than anything else. So, like, if you're really reaching out, do it a humble approach. Don't do it in some grimy way that you think's gonna work, or some jealous scheme, because it's not gonna work at the end of the day, and it's just gonna fail like it has for this in particular person.
Right, and it honestly just keeps you in the same spot, spinning your wheels. You're not going anywhere. You're not moving. You're not progressing. You are spinning your wheels. And if you continue to do that, you're going to dig yourself a nice little rut, and you can sit there.
Yeah, 100%. Actually, I know we were talking about Loki earlier. This is kind of relevant, actually. I don't know how far you've gotten into it, so I will attempt to give just a basic outlining, but it has to do with that same thing. Someone in the show had made him realize that he keeps doing this continuous thing in a circle, in a circle, in a circle, and he can't come out of it. Well, by the end, he comes to admit this to the person that he has known about it, and it was a desperate attempt for attention, to say the least. So that's pretty much the moral of the story. Don't do that. It's gonna keep running this endless cycle that's not gonna get you anywhere.
Right. There's a reason why, people who are like that go to therapy, to get help to
Yes.
not be like that anymore.
Yes.
Not that hard of a concept to get if you really look inside and
Right.
dig a little deeper than the surface.
God. Yeah, no, actually, I like that you had brought that up. Honestly, like, if you feel therapy's not for you when it comes to, like, something like that, if you're trying to branch out in whatever your passion is or whatever walk of life you're trying to achieve, if you feel therapy's not for you, but you know you need something fixed, it is completely okay to do some soul searching and look within yourself, because there's no one who's going to judge you but you. So that can allow for some great opportunities within the future. Aaron and I had talked about this in the past, about how we have pretty much had to rewire our own thought process to get where we're going and keep motivated.
Right. And I think a lot of musicians have to do that. Just, you do a lot of rewinding your life and rewatching your life.
Yes.
As weird as that sounds, in a way, that's exactly what you're doing. You're bringing up these spectacles that happened in your life. Maybe they were bad, maybe they were good, maybe they were super awkward, maybe it's, your first experience with a girl, maybe it's a time you went to the club and you fucking balled out on a bitch,
Yeah.
But you're reliving these little pockets, and you kind of have to see from an outside perspective. And I think doing that in a way, like a lot of musicians, like writing songs is very therapeutic.
Right.
You get to go over those situations and kind of, man, how would I have acted differently, now that I know what I know entail, or how would I have gone about this situation, or if I would have made that choice different, where would I be if this, and you get to do a lot of reflecting and just thinking about the past and even thinking about the future in
Right.
writing music. And I think that's one of the reasons I fell, so hard in love with writing.
Oh, dude, absolutely. Like, I have fallen in love with lyrical writing. Like, I appreciate all these styles, but when it comes to a lyrical story, you can tell this person has some type of connection to what he or she had written. It's just, I feel personally, for me, it makes the music more lively when you can relate to something that person's going through, knowing that you're not the only one dealing with that trouble, obstacle, or pain.
Yeah, and I mean, think about how many songs you've listened to that the artist was going through something, and it wasn't even 100% what you were going through, but you connected to the 25% of it. You were like, I feel this shit so hard.
Thanks.
It's humans. We connect a lot more than we realize.
Yes.
We're all empaths, but not everyone realizes it. And I mean, it's in everything you do. You watch a movie and you cry at the sad parts, or you listen to a song and you get happy when the beat starts really kicking in.
Exactly.
I mean, it works in all ways.
Yeah, and it's like, with emotions and the music, it is very inspirational. Me and Ethereal had actually chopped it up, and we were talking about this when Joyner had released Ramen and OJ. That hook spoke to us in volumes, like
I can never go back to the I can never go back to the bottom.
to the bottom.
To the bottom. Oh yeah, that's a
Uh-huh.
banger. I fuck with that
Dude,
song. Heavy.
Yeah, I think every part of that hook, not first time around. Well, okay, no, actually first time around. There's a slight difference between when he sings it and when
Lil Baby.
Lil Baby sings it. If you had noticed, Joyner talks about his ex paying all the bills. Lil Baby talks about him paying all the bills in the hook. It's really cool that they both touch on the same subject, but from their perspectives within the hook.
Right. And they both felt shitty doing what they were doing,
Right?
you know?
Yeah.
He felt shitty paying all the bills because he had no fucking money at the end.
Yo.
And Joyner felt shitty not paying the bills because it took away his masculinity and he didn't feel like a man. He wasn't providing.
Right. And honestly, I can say I've been through both walks of those lives. So it was like really mind-boggling knowing that one artist had said one thing, the other had said the opposite, but I was still able to connect to both of those paths, and thankful that I am now on a better path than that at the moment.
I was very fortunate that I was never on that, not paying bills myself. I had parents and shit who did that, so I just saw what not doing that could bring.
Oh,
so
right.
kind of put my ass in a high gear. Bills come first. Do that shit.
Yeah, it was pretty bad back then when all that was going on. I'm very thankful that I had found out pretty much a diamond in the rough situation.
Yeah.
When all this shit starts to really shape you, mold you as a person, you really start to realize what's important and how to get where you're going.
Yeah, and that loops around back to what we were talking about, is that reflection
Yes.
as an artist.
Exactly.
You get to think back on these things and really just, man, I'm glad I got fucking past that shit.
Right. Like I was actually talking to him off video screen, and we were talking about how it's crazy looking at the beginning of last year. Beginning of last year, I had just bought a laptop, didn't have my studio set up, and I was talking to Ethereal, I was talking to Nico, I was talking to Aaron, and I was talking to Oliver Twist on how to get where I wanted to go. Thankfully, they had all fed me info, and from there, the ball just kept rolling and growing and processing into what it's come to so far.
And that's a collaboration, man. Like you said, you started off with nothing, just
Yeah.
an idea, but you hit up tons of people. You said you hit me up, and I've had other artists hit me up as well, and I'll push out as much information as I know as what you are going to know. You
Right.
know, I don't believe in withholding information from anybody. If I know something, I want it to share it, because that makes us all better. We all have that baseline of, we know this.
Oh, absolutely. And this goes back to the first episode, actually, when we had said we started from nothing and we started building all these connects. So I was actually talking to my brother, and this was pretty crazy. So he works at Walmart, and he works over in the dairy section. He's typically over working the milk and stock in Ottawa.
Okay.
And so he's known as the milkman there and stuff pretty much at this point. Well, he started talking to this guy about TCU and what we're doing, because he's not only a fan, he's kind of like our street promoter without the official
Title.
Yeah, pretty much. And he was the person he was talking to, he's like, yeah, he's like, I know Aaron, I know Dysfunctional. Turns out it was Dak.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he my brother used to work with Dak. And I was like, okay, so that's actually crazy. I was like, yeah, we know Dak. We have a track in the works with him. Aaron has a lot of tracks with him.
Oh yeah, me and Dak work pretty closely together. As I was saying before, about having the artist hit me up. He's one of the artists who hit me up, and I just gave all the information I could to him, and we built a good rapport between us. And we have music that's out currently, we have music that's being worked on, we have songs in the vault.
Right.
That's an artist who, we just click so well that I'll probably always keep that connect.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you're always gonna run across those artists. You're also gonna run across those people who you build a connect with, you think it'll stay, and then it just starts to slip away. It's not that neither of them are showing disrespect, it just there isn't that strong of a connecting bond, which is perfectly fine. Everyone goes through a different walk of life. And you're going to find that as you collab with more artists, as you connect with more people. So, like, all these connects that I've been doing, all these possible chances for a future outlet and stuff, not all of them are going to work out. That's fine. That's why you keep trying and find all these other connects naturally.
Right. I think there's going to be artists that you'll meet up with and you'll join and run on a parallel path.
Yes.
Like us, you know? I think we're very like-minded and we have an idea of where we want to take this. So we'll run parallel. But at the same time, you're going to have artists who you're going to meet, and it's really just going to be that one meetup, you know? You're on perpendicular paths. You're going to meet up that one time and then just shoot off in your own directions. And that's okay. Maybe that one time was gold. And, I mean, if you're both on the world, that's a sphere, and those lines will come back and intersect at some point, you know?
Yo.
But, good shit, man. What are you thinking? You want to go any further with this? You want to start to wrap it up?
We're
running about 36 minutes right now.
Yeah, if you want to wrap it up, we can.
All right, dope shit, man. I've been Aaron the Rapper.
Dysfunctional.
Thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys have enjoyed our conversation on a multitude of subjects.
Yes, indeed.
Anything you want to plug before we hop off?
Not at the moment. We are going to be releasing more merchandise, official merchandise onto Teespring. I'm currently getting that all set up right now. I have the site. I don't have any clothing just set up yet. I want to wait till I have some more graphic designs underway so we have more options to release. We don't want to just give off one or two limited ones in case there are people out there who are wanting to buy something else. But other than that, I think it's a wrap.
Nice. Dope. One thing I want to plug before we do actually hang up. If you guys want to start sending in like song submissions and things.
Yes. Absolutely.
Things, maybe videos of you freestyling that you'd like us to maybe watch and give you some opinions on and stuff. I think we're about ready to start doing that stuff as well.
Yeah.
That won't take as much time as this full production podcast we got going on. But yeah, if you guys want to start sending in video submissions or even, you know, tagging us on Facebook, you can tag us on Twitter, Instagram, just wherever you guys' video are. If you want to send them to our emails, mine is AaronDarapper17@iCloud.com, and that's AaronDarapper17@iCloud.com.
And then if you want to head them over to the Come Up's email, it's THE3C0MEUP@gmail.com.
And as soon as we get them, we'll put them in a folder, and whenever we get the chance to link up, we'll watch them. And if we think the video turned out good,
yeah,
your song could be on one of our videos. So please post some video submissions, and we'll be keeping an eye out for it. Again, thanks you guys for listening. This has been the Come Up Podcast. Peace.
Yeah. I've been out here all alone, calling Eddie, man, I ought to watch my dose. Yeah, I suppose that I'll be better on my own, but for some reason I cannot put down my phone. Shorty, it's like 4 a.m. Like 4 a.m. I sent a text by you ignoring them. If that's an option while you aren't important, then let's believe it, I'll be fine. We both can read the signs.